Hello, my name is Amy Estes, and this is my BUHI social media campaign presentation. To begin off, it was important to understand the overall business goals of BUHI, and that would be to create a budget of $500 to $5,000 to be used entirely each week. That would be allocated for the content creation, and also about 75% of it would be used to promote throughout the campaign. They really wanted to increase their brand awareness and increase their engagement throughout those social media platforms that would ultimately increase sales by 10% over the previous year. In order to begin the plan, I needed to create some SMART goals that would align with the business goals, and that would be first to create a social media audit to understand BUHI's standing as they currently are on social media, to understand the top platforms to utilize within the plan, and then also to maximize the post engagement by understanding what times BUHI got the most engagement on posts. So when is the best time to post? The next thing is to create consistent engagement by creating a weekly social media calendar. Then to create strategic engagement that will ultimately increase sales. And by increasing sales, it's also important to understand what the ROI is, the return on investment, and then to measure everything with strong KPIs, key performance indicators. This is a sample of a social media calendar that was used weekly. It would first identify what posts were going to be done. So for this week, it was for a Veterans Day sale. This was a highly effective campaign because it did have sales in the tagline, which seemed to be kind of the secret sauce for getting high engagement and revenue. It also provided images of people using the product. So it was good to mix in the weekly campaign that messaging of authenticity with people using the product, and also with the sale indicators. Next was to compile a strong marketing plan that incorporated the goals of the business, the company, and also the research that went into it. So we were going to use the budget that were going to be used for content for paid posts, organic posts, and influencers. We're going to increase sales by promoting holiday sales and giveaways and contests and free shipping. In addition, for brand awareness, some of the things in the plan would be to create company storytelling, company engagement by by responding to comments and providing engagement content, activating those influencers to also provide brand awareness, and then again, giving those discounts and giveaways. The platforms that were identified that would be most useful are Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Through the social media audit, we learned that these audiences that utilize these platforms were the ones that aligned with the BUHI audience. And lastly, to increase reach, we were going to create visually pleasing sponsored ads, activate those influencers, and schedule posts during peak performance times that were also identified in that social media audit. So next is to continue on to a simulation plan where we would create a weekly calendar, post the content during those peak times, and then analyze it to understand what was good and what worked, what did and did not work throughout the campaign, and then adjust accordingly for the following week. These are the results of the simulation. We had 6.8 million impressions, which you can see I grouped it in first by Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and other platforms that were used as far as the organic and paid posts. And then I included a portion for influencers to see their impact. And you can see influencers were definitely the most beneficial for impressions. With engagement, also influencers were most important with engagement, highly successful in giving likes and clicks and shares. The next would be Instagram. And overall revenue, we received a 9% conversion rate, gaining $311,000 in revenue. And you can see a switch in which platforms and strategies worked the best, in that the influencer impact was significantly lower, while the organic and paid posts specifically on Instagram were higher, which helps to provide insights on further marketing strategies that to increase engagement and influence and brand visibility is to use influencers. And then when you want to increase sales and conversion rates, to use the sponsored, paid, and organic posts. These are some of the successful images and taglines that were used in the campaign. While we did have some issues with a crisis that occurred during the campaign, we were able to swiftly make a alternative campaign that changed the narrative of this crisis, and we were able to show vulnerability of the company to address the situation, apologize, offered apology from the CEO, and ultimately create a strong narrative that engaged more authentically with users that built trust and loyalty. Overall, it was a successful campaign, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.